Yo guys, I want to talk a little bit. This time I'll be short in that term because usually I'm making hour videos, hours on hours. And yeah, I actually wanted to tell you, if you are, for example, 9 to 5 or a person that's working a job that most probably he or she doesn't like, because I know a few hard 9 to 5 workers or smart 9 to 5 workers, it doesn't matter, that actually love their jobs. It's perfect. Usually that's happening in the IT sector because you can be innovative, you can finish your tasks earlier, and then you can do whatever you want with your free time. It's giving you so many options. You usually have some side projects. It's happening to some managers from time to time. I've seen some people, but it's like maybe less than 7%, I would say, because it's much less than 10% of the people that are working on regular jobs that actually love their jobs or at least like their jobs. Because don't get me wrong, there are so many people that are kind of okay with their jobs. It could be worse. Yeah, it always could be worse, most probably, but after all, is that what we're looking for? Is this what we desire to be kind of okay? I don't think so, and most of the people are actually wanting at some point to start something else, to change that job with some side project that's not actually scaling, that's not actually going, that's not actually working yet, but they got that one, that wish, that desire, that dream, if you want to, but it's not actually moving from a frozen state, and that's happening when they're still young, in their 20s, for example, maybe early 30s, and then they realize, I already got friends that have realized that most probably that won't happen, and of course that will lead to depression, most probably for at least a decade or something like that, because it doesn't just go away like that. It's not like for several weeks, because they have actually understood that they have lost their chances for the happy life they have dreamed of as kids, as teenagers, etc., etc., and they're just giving up, which is totally unnecessary, by the way. Everyone can still decide to go on, and step by step, if needed, them to be little steps, it could be fine. It doesn't especially work in each and every and any case. It wouldn't work. Like, small steps are not universal, but still, if you are moving a little bit, little by little, to your target, to your goals, to your dreams, they may eventually come true. On the other hand, the dynamics nowadays require sometimes bigger steps, jumps, even from time to time, because you have to, maybe you can still adapt and well, make it like how to put it, dissolve that whole process, that whole timeline, to smaller steps, to smaller fragments, so you can imagine how to do it, and do it in an easier way, a more doable way, or possible way, if you want to, if you are new to that. But still, yeah, and many people are asking me, but what do you think? Are you actually judging people that have given up and have actually stopped chasing after their dreams? They have stopped, actually, they have given up their wishes and their dreams. They have literally given up, and they don't actually plan to, at any moment, at any point, to come back to their, like, live stream, so to speak, like the stream of their life where they wanted to be, they have always desired, and they're most probably subconsciously still desiring that. They're wishing for something better, but they just can't imagine it anymore. Am I judging those people? Well, the answer will be yes and no. No, just because we are, as people, we are social constructs, so we are not exactly guilty for our life choices on 100%, and that's 100% fact. It's 100% true. But yes, because you can change that and you can decide for yourself, do you want to live a life that you most probably will regret from some point, or we will try, even if you gotta fail, and if even if it's gone, it would go like bad in many moments. You have to risk it. If you ask me, there's only one choice. You have to risk it, and you have to live with that decision, because you'll never regret anything. And that's the only way for people to actually live the best way they could, because there's a very thin line between actually being like logical and like let's put it that way, smart in the way of efficiency, and on the other hand, living a life full of regrets just because you didn't want to, you were lazy in your mind and you didn't want to find out a way, didn't want to build a strategy to actually accomplish your goals and dreams, your desires, because you were lazy. And I don't mean a lazy in the physical way, because many people are, but I have never been lazy. I'm working with those two hands for like hundreds of years. Yeah, okay, decades. It doesn't matter, but still, yeah, okay, but you are lazy in your mind. That could happen. That's happening from time to time. I'm not judging people that are just hard workers and they never made it because maybe they never wanted to, or maybe they never believed in themselves. And I wouldn't judge anyone who's made that decision consciously. I can only judge those people that have believed a life, like for example, don't work with friends and don't be vulnerable, don't show vulnerability to anyone. Like first of all, yeah, even as an entrepreneur, you shouldn't be too vulnerable, too emotional, but not wanting help like in any moment. You have to actually at some point reach for help, because you can try by yourself and you see that there are many barriers, there are many obstacles in your way, and at some point most probably you have to actually reach for a hand that can lift you up. And I'm not the best case, by the way. I'm doing most of the things by myself, or at least I'm trying to, and I don't have so many options at this point. Like, I'm working with people, but I'm giving much in each and every business relationship, so practically I didn't have people to leave me like big time, and maybe that's my mistake. You can also try to strive for that connections, because it's possible to meet new people. There are so many events you can practically try to reach for that. I never wanted to, and maybe that's one of my biggest mistakes. But anyway, I have in many cases I have wanted at least second opinion from friends. I never actually was afraid to ask for help. I was it's not really my thing to ask for help people that I don't know and have nothing to do with. in the first place. If they're not at least friends of friends, it's like I'm going to, it doesn't matter, Bill Gates, for example, and I can't reach Bill Gates so easily, but let's say secretary of Bill Gates, and I'm wanting some help. Let's say I'm building a software innovation, and it could work eventually. And now I don't imagine it. Like I said, you have to first imagine it so it could happen. I can't imagine such a thing to just go somewhere and ask someone I don't actually know for help. But I know many people that have succeeded in a similar way. It's sometimes neighbors, for example, that's happening from time to time. Some people are literally, for example, moving to the richest neighborhoods, and they're like literally, aiming for a certain house, for example, that's in a neighborhood with several of the richest people in the city, for example. I've seen that happen, and with time they eventually meet. They eventually become friends, and to a certain to a certain level, and at some point, it's like, you're waiting for the other like part of the deal to actually the other person to actually reach for you, and eventually like make headhunt you for, like, it's not really headhunting, but to offer you some kind of business relations eventually, or at least to test you in a task or something like that. It's happening. There are many ways, but my point here is, in this video I wanted to tell you, I'm judging people that are actually believing in urban myths. Don't work with friends, for example. If you gather with 7 friends and you're like smart people with some skill set, everyone has some skill set that can actually upgrade the whole situation of the team, like everyone can upgrade everyone else with something, and the team compilation, so to speak, you most probably will succeed big time. You most probably become the sum of your net income will be at least millions. And so if you are 7 people and with equal shares, let's say, it's making at least 6 figures per year. If you just make one business together, and practically most probably with one business ruled by 7 people, like you can hire other people to work for you, and for example, or just outsource some people to help you, and most probably you'll have more free time than the 9 to 5ers, at least. Maybe much more than that. And practically you can participate in 2 projects like that. For example, it doesn't matter, but you can imagine that. So if you are believing words like don't work with friends, and you haven't the second question, then you didn't do the second thinking about it, and you were just like, you believed in those words, and now you are not working with friends, and you are losing opportunities, and you're practically losing your precious time, especially if you are still young, and most probably at some point there's a big probability, the possibility of you giving up your dreams is growing with each and every year, each and every day, each and every month. So practically that's why I would be judging you. If you are in that shoes, that's on you. I mean, it doesn't matter if I judge you or someone else, or no one judges you, because you are a hard worker after all, and that's just fine for the society, and it's perfect for the governments, for the like big players. No one wants you to be practically, maybe except people like me, but actually no one wants to see you on the top. It's not like that's not the mindset of the big players and governments. And most of them at least. So practically, if you don't if you don't try for that, if you don't try hard to get there, um, no one, you'll be going with the flow, like, but this flow is a very low vibrational flow, cause you never get control over your own life, at least to the point where you feel happy, like real time happy, and in your prime, for example, because that is very important. You can at least feel that you have done everything in your power to deserve your place and to just be happy because you have no regrets. And if you ask me, most of the people are working, like giving half of their awake time, like uh, maybe more than half of that time, to jobs they actually don't like, hate, or at least don't like very much, just cause they gotta get the money to have some fun eventually at the end of the day, like several times per year. Now it's not twice only, like it has been actually in the past, but let's say every week you can go with friends, and that's what you're working for. After all, you're working for something um, that's not making it, that's not leading you to what you have always desired. It's just okay, you're just surviving, you're living some kind of life, but um, it's not what you wanted, it's not who you are, etc., etc. So practically, if you, that's the factor of willpower. You gotta be consistent as an entrepreneur. You have to grow as a person, you have to scale in your life. It's not so easy. No, not everyone can do it's true, but I would say most of the people could eventually at least become better versions of themselves if they try to. And that's what I'm asking for. Like, because I want to see people try. If you try to become an entrepreneur, you can lose some money. If you, for example, if you fail, you can lose. You haven't been paid like for 3 months, for 4 months. It doesn't matter. But it's like, that's small money. If you can survive without them, it's small. You can always, money are earned. You can earn money nowadays, especially nowadays, by so many ways, and you don't really have to grind your path, your career path to do to do that. So practically, if you concentrate, you can make money, like with, let's put it that way. You can always make easy money online. It's not super easy, it's just easy. Like, everyone can do it if he or she tries. It's nothing like it's not secret knowledge anymore. It's like you can just one mentorship program and you're there. Like it's you see, just watching a few videos, like step by step guide to, and you can just do it. Like it's possible. It's not your life is not at risk yet if you are not working for a few months. But on the other hand, this period will be one of the most precious moments in your life, one of the most precious periods in your life, because you have tried to do something by yourself. If you can't do anything else about it, at least try that. That's my advice. At least try to take some time off and just try to do something on your own. Try to make your own money, not paid by anyone else, but, well, made by you yourself. Try selling, try like, and see what's the difference in the feeling. Because when you participate in that kind of energy, it's not only about job, it's not only about money, it's not about career at all. It's about life. It's about doing the important things in your life by yourself, learning to live by who you are. And that's something no one can actually teach you, but the society, such I can't say the society, I can't say them, but the norm is making you think, like making you reducing your chances to be yourself. Most of the people, if you are not in the highest like classes of society, so to speak, hierarchical like levels of society, the 1% or something like a little bit below that, you most probably will be made to believe that actually that's the right way. The right way is to actually grind each and every day through your career path and live paycheck to paycheck, eventually paying the bills and being a good person, but also like broke, or at least let's put it that way, not especially rich, not especially free in any kind of manner, but it's okay, it's fine, because you're just another person. We are human beings. It doesn't have to be like that, guys. But you're made to believe that that's the only way. Everything else is super hard. It can't happen. It's not happening. Normal people are not entrepreneurial. Normal people are not meant to be rich. Normal people, blah blah blah. It's not true, guys. Everyone can do it. Practically everyone can start doing it. Everyone can go at the beginning of that road, at the beginning of this way, and try to do his or her best and see what's happening. See what will happen, because there's a big probability that something good will happen, because it's experience. Now you're trying by yourself. No one is giving you a job. You're giving yourself a chance, and that's precious by itself. It's like if you imagine those gurus with the big beards and both heads, and that they can tell you something like that in a different manner. For example, by that you be closer to your life flow, the well of your lifetime, for example. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with career nowadays, because money are important. They're energy after all. They're practically spiritual. They're literally those kind of points you need to trade for like anything else nowadays. So practically they're important, and they're making you slave, because no one else is making you slave but yourself. You're the only one who is actually working against you in that kind of manner, but most people don't understand that, because practically there are other people. There are those agent Smiths everywhere around, if you have watched the Matrix, that are your friends, your family. Sometimes it's like they can be anyone, literally, that are making you make the risk-free choice. Just go to your career, go to your job, don't worry about anything, you get paid, just live your life, your normal life. It doesn't matter that your health will decline at some point, because you'll be stressed out, you are not living the life you desire, which is making you a little bit sad, a little bit more depressed each and every day. That's your life is literally being wasted before your own eyes. Because you understand that there's something, if you don't want to call it soul, don't call it however you want. Call it life force, energy, call it a reservoir of energy, it doesn't matter, but you understand that there's something above you. It's once again you, but you're watching yourself, from a different point at the moment of happening. So if I'm staying here, I'm also somewhere around, or just imagine it, it's like that. It could be myself once more. I could be imagining that, but I can always see myself from a different point of